I've been seeing a graphic go around like wildfire on the internet in the last 2 days. It's kind of the circles where it's the decision you make between being in fear and growth. and I've seen people post it everywhere. You know, it's very popular. It's been everywhere. But I've also seen people have this very strong reaction to it.
Yeah.
Almost as if they're upset that they would be expected to be joyful when they're not necessarily feeling their access to that.
You know, we become very attached to our, what I call our petty worlds. And, you know, because well, my crisis was many years ago at age 35. And I was very attached to my ego and my petty world and my outer world. I was very, very much hiding and suppressing my inner world. And I think that's what happens when we actually are not prepared to confront who we are in many, many instances. And that suppressing who we are in the body of work I do is really, you know, going back to the movie The Matrix again, is really how we're conditioned to be in the Matrix. And, you know, in your audience, I know there's quite a few gay people listening in. We just don't fit in that construct. And we have to, a lot of people are going through or have been through suffering trying to fit the construct and then hit a point of crisis and say, that construct doesn't work for me anymore. I'm leaving that construct. And it's when we leave that construct is where we find that freedom and that inner peace, and we just get on with life. So I think what's happening now with this coronavirus, a lot of people in that stillness are having to actually question their construct and say, does this construct work for me? Does having 3 jobs just to pay for basic food and rent, does that work for me anymore? And fear, when we break through fear in Chinese medicine, that feeds and fuels anger. And we got to be careful there, because we might see an angry backlash, an angry reaction, especially to our world leaders about being locked down and the way we've been, let's say, led in this very restrictive world up to this point. And I urge people, when they go into that place of anger, is not to project the anger outwards, but to take that anger and process it inwards. It's a very powerful energy, and it can be very destructive, or it can be very transformational. And as we know, one word said in anger can damage and ruin a whole relationship. And it's just really, and we're being challenged at the moment. Because again, in Chinese medicine, in that 5-element cycle, anger controls the ability to show empathy and sympathy, the co-cycle. And so we've got to remember that when I'm angry, what I'm actually angry about and who am I angry with, invariably itself. So I have to own that anger. I can't project it onto you or onto anyone else. Of course I can, but that is a mistake. So how do I own it and how do I process that? And that's a wonderful time to do this now. So Eric, likes of you and me and others who are doing this work, who have done this work, now's our time to shine and step up and actually take people through this.